Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to a new episode of Power Rangers Review. This week, I will be doing a review on Power Rangers Wild Force, Season 10. The footage for Wild Force was adapted from Hyakuju Sentai Gal Ranger. And as always, I have my notes here, so, yep. There's 40 episodes in the season. It aired from February 9th, 2002 to November 16th, 2002. Now, I always think it's kind of funny on how each new season of Power Rangers usually ends up around my birthday. It ends up around in February, except for the first season. And I find it hilarious because February 10th is my birthday, so it feels like, even though sometimes it's before my birthday or even after my birthday, it feels like it's like a birthday present that a new season of Power Rangers has come out. So that's pretty cool. This season, we have, our Ranger team is the Red Wild Force Ranger, Cole, Taylor, the Yellow Wild Force Ranger, Max, the Blue Wild Force Ranger, Danny, the Black Wild Force Ranger, Alyssa, the White Wild Force Ranger, and then later on Merrick as the Lunar Wolf Ranger. Now, I have no idea why they don't call him the Lunar Wolf Wild Force Ranger. I think they just wanted to keep it short. As I said, Merrick, the Sixth Ranger, doesn't come in until episode 16 because at first, well, spoiler alert, I should say. If you have not seen the season, I am sorry, but I have to do this. In episodes 10 through 15, we get an org, which is the theme of this villain, which is this season is pretty much directly adapted from the Japanese version, except for a few things. But in episodes 10 through 15, the org that's released is Zenaku, who is probably one of the favorite villains among Power Ranger fans. Throughout the episodes 10 through 15, you find out you actually find out his backstory, and he actually has control over Wild Zord, which is the Zords of this season, and they're wondering why. It isn't until episode 16 where they find out that Zenaku was actually a human from the past named Merrick, which is the Lunar Wolf. But he doesn't become the Lunar Wolf Ranger until episode 16, and then when he does, he kind of doesn't trust. He thinks that he wonders why the other Rangers are willing to let him join the team right as he becomes a Ranger, because even though of what he's done to them, they're like, I don't care, it's just, you're one of us now, and that's all that matters. But he just couldn't see how that could happen. Why? He just asked why. So for a while, he was kind of a lone wolf, and then eventually he grew to like them, which is pretty cool. So episode 16, through the rest of the season, he was the Lunar Wolf Ranger. The villains this season, we had Master Org, which was funny because in the actually Japanese series, there is I think a Master Org, I should say, but it was just a fluke, I should say. But in this one, we have an actual Master Org, who is the actual bad guy. Then we have the three Highness Dukes. I forgot what they would call them in the American version, but in the Japanese version, they're the Highness Dukes, which we have Retnax, Nazor, and Mandalok. Retnax was based off of Shuren. Nazor was Uda, and Mandalok was Resetsu, if I remember correctly. And then, of course, we have Zenaku. And then we also have the Duke Orgs that the bumbling idiots, I should say, Toxica and Retnax, Toxica and Gindrax, I should say, sorry. I have a little allergies, I should say. And those are the villains. Again, let's just say this review is going to have spoilers, so if you haven't seen the season, or if you don't care, if you haven't seen the season, click off. If you don't care, just keep on watching. That's what I should have said at the beginning. Oh well. I think it's kind of funny in how at the end of this, Jinjak and Tatsuka actually live in this one, probably because it's America. Well, in the Japanese ones, they both die. So, I think that's pretty cool. Now, okay, let's go on. Now, also along with villains, you have the allies. They have Princess Shayla, which is the princess of Animarium, is where the Wild Zords live. And I think that's where the Rangers live, also in the American version. I'm not for sure. But, in the Japanese version, they lived on, Gal Rock, which is a rock based off a turtle, but the Animarium thing was just all for the Zords. So I'm not for sure. And then you have Animus, which was the god of all the Wild Zords, pretty much. But he also had his human incarnation, Kite. He also aided them. In episodes 34, we had one of probably like my favorite episodes in all of Power Ranger history is Forever Red. It's where we have the Red Rangers from Mighty Morphin Power Ranger to Wild Force come together to defeat the Machine Empire, the remnants of the Machine Empire. We have Jason. He comes back. The original Red Ranger, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. He comes back as the Red Ranger. No, wait, excuse me. Then we have Oriko, who is the Red Alien Ranger. Yes, they also included him. They had Tommy. Tommy's back as the Zeta Ranger. They didn't include Rocky. I read somewhere that they would have included Rocky as the original Red Mighty Morphin Power Rangers if Jason, the guy that played Austin St. John, didn't come back to play Jason. So, but he didn't anyway, so they got Jason. Then we have TJ as the Turbo Ranger. Andros comes back as the Red Space Ranger. Then we have Leo Corbett as the Red Galaxy Ranger. Carter Grayson as the Red Lightspeed Ranger. And we have Wesley as the Red Time Force Ranger. And also his best friend Eric comes as the Quantum Ranger. Which is, a lot of fans wondered why Eric was there even though he wasn't a Red Ranger. He was just a darker shade of red. But I think they just wanted to, have an even number. Yeah, I think they wanted to have an even number, because if they didn't add Oriko or Eric, actually that would have gave them an even number too. But if they probably, but Oriko is red though, so they probably would have included him anyway. But Eric, Quantum Ranger, if they probably didn't include him, they would have had 9. So I think the reason why they added him is because he was best friends with Wesley, the Red Time Force Ranger, and plus he was at least a darker shade of red, and they needed another one. So that's what I think. But I love this episode. We get to see 9 Red Rangers and plus Quantum Ranger fight all together, which was really cool. And plus the morphing sequence was a little bit dull, but I still loved it. One of my best morphing sequences ever, and one of my favorite team-ups. And I have favorite team-ups too. I should do that for a top 5 rant. I just gave myself an idea. Like with the the Gal Ranger review, I'll also list the Zords that also appeared in this. But they're different names in this American version. In the American version, they're called Wild Zords instead of Power Animals. So I'll just go down the list. We have Red Lion, Yellow Eagle, Blue Shark, Black Bison, White Tiger, Elephant Wild Zord, Giraffe Wild Zord, Black Bear Wild Zord, Polar Bear Wild Zord, Green Gorilla Wild Zord, Wolf Wild Zord, Hammerhead Shark Wild Zord, Alligators Wild Zord, Wild Zord, Armadillo Wild Zord, Deer Wild Zord, Red Falcon Wild Zord, and then at the very end of the season, we get a total of 100 altogether that kills Master Org, but they show at least 4 new ones, like the Stingray Wild Zord, the Zebra Wild Zord, the Rat Wild Zord, and the Peacock Wild Zord. And then, of course, like Animus. Animus is a combination of 5 Wild Zords. Let's just call him God Wild Zord since he's supposed to be God of them. You have the Black Lion Wild Zord, the Blue Condor, the Saw Shark, the Brown Buffalo, and the Yellow Jaguar. That's a lot. I think this is one of the series that has the most freaking Megazord, Zords, I should say, in its season. So yeah. But overall, like with Gal Ranger, I actually like the American version better. I would have to say. Actually, no, that's not true. I'll probably always like the Japanese one better now, because it's just, I don't know, I just love it. The Sentai versions of the Power Rangers are probably better. But Wild Force was probably one of my favorites of the American version. I like the story, like I keep on saying with the others. The story was good, now that I'm thinking about it. Of course, the entire thing is cheesy. I mean, they're making it for kids, so of course it has to be cheesy. The story overall, but everything was good about it. That I find it. So that's pretty much it. I like it, so that's pretty much it. And I'll wrap up this one. So leave it down in the comments down below. If you've seen the season, what did you like about it? What did you hate about it? What they could have done about it? And anything else. Like this channel. Sorry, subscribe to my channel. Like this video, share it, and like my Facebook page. And check back every day, every week, because there'll be new episodes of all my videos. There'll be new videos every week, just not every single day of the week. And I will leave you at that. See ya.